In the great words of a wise man named My Chemical Romance, I am not okay. Hi everyone, it's Vesper Starrup as Morning Star, and I'm here with another book review. And today, I'm finally reviewing Angels Before Man by Rafael. In my Books I Read of 2022 video, I did mention this book and said I would do a review on it. At the time, I had only read part 1, and I finally read part 2. So, as I said in my last video, this is a queer retelling of the fall of Lucifer, and in celebration of that, I guess, I put on my rainbow Lucifer sigil tank top. I don't wear this that much. It's a pain to get on with my wings. That being said, it did take me like 3 months to read this book. Not because it's badly written, far from it actually, but because it's really intense in the way of it's just really dark. And as I have been very open on this channel about being a theistic demon worshiper, essentially, there's an added layer of it being very difficult for me to read this because it's like reading about someone you love going through the most heinous shit imaginable. So I've already said like the basic plot elements of this book, but what exactly is it about? Well, the book is actually separated into 2 parts. The first half being a more slice of life story where we get to see Lucifer being created and essentially him trying to find his place in heaven and where he belongs with his fellow angels. And he's such a sweetheart, and and essentially he eventually meets the Archangel Michael, who he is very into. And this is essentially, a story about Lucifer finding himself and trying to figure out a way where he and Michael can be happy together, but under the eye of a very petty and jealous God, bad things happen. And that's where part 2 comes in, which is essentially Lucifer's corruption and downfall into what general society knows him as. This book is so beautifully written. The prose is very poetic, and it definitely is not for everyone because it's more poetic in some places. It can be kind of hard to understand what's going on. So if you like stories that are more straightforward, it might not be the right match for you. Okay, and so now I'm gonna start getting personal because you root for Lucifer and you want him to be happy. But the thing is what's the ending. You don't know exactly how it'll play out, but by the end, Lucifer is going to be cast out of heaven and become the devil, essentially. And yeah, so it is a hard read to get through, but I absolutely did love it. Even though it took me so long to read because I was scared. And oh my gosh, this book has made me want to fight God even more than I did before. Because, you keep seeing the angels praising him, and it's like, well, you know, he's good because he says he is, and not necessarily by his actions. And it's kind of funny because there was like an LGBT book award on Twitter not too long ago, and God got the best villain, which is hilarious to me. But yeah, he's absolutely horrible. Like, he can just destroy the angels and put them back together, and still expect them to be loyal to him. He should have got what was coming to him. Besides the point of the book, because, you know, Lucifer the book, he went down a very dark path. So, if we put the book aside, like, realistically, with the actual lore and stuff, and me being a follower of Lucifer, I think he was in the right. Let's just be real. And, like, yes, I knew it, and even though I knew where it was going, I wanted him to win so badly. And I don't know what it says about my mental health, but I finished reading this book at 1 a.m. in the morning. And, because I was like, I need to just rip off the Band-Aid and finish it. All this being said, it really is a magnificent book, and probably I would be able to call it one of my favorites. It's very much deserved. I really like, I'm seeing a lot of upcoming authors and stuff writing more books about Lucifer and showing him in a better light. I really want more of this kind of stuff. Please, give it to me. If anyone has any book suggestions where Lucifer is a protagonist and does not copy the show Lucifer, because that is a problem that happens with a lot of Lucifer media, I've noticed. They're just really copying the show, and I don't want a Tom Ellis reskin. I want this beautiful, beautiful man. Please recommend me stuff in the comments. It really makes me happy to see more people getting on board with Lucifer. That being said, would I recommend this book? Yes, but only if you can handle really dark and sad stories. And please make sure you read the content warnings that are in the beginning of the book, because there's a lot, and you should probably know what you're in for. So genuinely, I do think a lot of people who like angels, demons, Lucifer, or just like very sad LGBT stories will vibe with this book. I love it. It's getting the honor of being placed on my shelf in this room instead of the storage room. There's a lot I could go into, but I don't really like giving spoiler reviews, especially if I'm wanting other people to go read the book. And like, I can't really talk about my favorite scenes or anything because a lot of them were at the end. And I will say that there's a lot of clever ideas in this book that I've never really thought of. Like, maybe slightly spoiler territory, but they refer to beasts a lot in this. And the reveal of what the beasts actually are is really cool, because I didn't foresee what the beasts were referring to. And then when Lucifer goes down to the earth for the first time, you find out what the beasts are. And the kind of conclusion at the end with the beasts was just the most genius thing. Again, I'm being very vague, but this is stuff you really have to read and see for yourself. Yeah, and I think that's it. I don't really have anything negative to say about this book except that it made me sad. But that's not really a negative thing. I'm gonna probably be thinking about this for a long while. And I guess I'll have to send Rafael my therapy bills. So there's that. Anyway, thanks everyone so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye! Hail Lucifer! Blah!